Welcome to the Night 16 recap of the Extreme Panzer Leader board game. As always, we'll start with the countries, their cities, and their points in the bank. No major changes in terms of city count. We did finally eclipse 100 turns. We're now on turn 104, so that's always good. Here are the country's remaining consumables. As we can see, all major countries pretty much exhausting the rest of their resources. And let's take a look at the board. Nothing new happening here in the far north. It's basically a wasteland of wars past. We did see a little bit of scuffling here over this city with the Jordanians and Americans, but due to lack of ability to reinforce, the Jordanians had no choice but to concede. And we have the continued same brawl over here, as we saw the Americans finally get into this city and secure it without being spotted now. We also see some American spotters. This piece slipped off. Getting into place here and there, and securing the farms through the various use of tanks as well as indirect fire from their back cities. We finally saw the Germans conquer this central city here from the Japanese and start to threaten these Italian and Russian desert cities. As we move more south, we can see a massive buildup of units here, where it's basically the French, Polish, and Finnish with some smaller countries in the Russians and the Japanese against the very large American and German defense here. And the Americans have also started to produce some guns in the areas to support anything within 36 hexes. In the south, all is quiet as always, with the very secure Finnish and French-Polish homelands. Here we can see where the French have sent most of their troops here across the river to the west. And here's the secondary perspective of that massive battle that is brewing here in what is being known as the Valley of Death. Not really much death yet, but I guess prospective death. We also saw the Arabs come alive and start to convoy across into this desert area to hopefully support some of these Italian and Russian cities against the German onslaught that is inevitable. And as we move towards the northeast, we saw the Germans finally launch their attack here in the north, securing this 3-hexer and pushing some of the spotters out of the area that the Israelis had. This was all in retaliation to an attack that the Jordanians had launched in this area, which stretched the Jordanians very thinly and created an imbalance in time to things that needed to be done, ultimately leading to some give and some take. And as we move north towards the German homeland, pretty much nothing crazy happening, just some Jordanian probes threatening the threat of cities, and nothing else major happening here. So that's it for the on the board recap. I will also show the times that countries have in the bank, all the way there on the right. And I'll give a little sneak preview of what's been happening in the expansion. Nothing crazy, just some cities being laid down and the groundworks for the first hilltops coming in as well. As always, thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions or anything you want to add. As we continue to put out these videos, we appreciate all the support that we've gotten and hope to produce even better content in the future.